Okay. Let's turn this a little bit more to me. And all right. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? KoBaC here. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a painting stream tonight. Hopefully, really quick, how does the audio sound? There should be music playing. So one, is my voice, or like, is the music competing against my voice, or does it sound good? Let's get that first, and then we'll kind of move from there. What do I need? Yes. That, we'll kind of go from there once we're ready to go. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Can you guys hear me fine? Is the audio good? Music good? Because I have probably a different volume of things in my head, my ear. Voice is good, music is low. Okay, that's what I want. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, Arbiter, yeah, last night I got home late. Oh, barely hearable. Well, let me move that up then. How's that? Music still better there without being... I don't want it to compete with my voice, so I'm trying to be careful with that. But yeah, Arbiter, last night I was doing a freelance job, and I got home too late. I got home, for me, it was like 9:15, and normally we've been doing the streams for me like 8:15, so it's already an hour behind. I've been trying to change my sleep schedule. I was like, we'll just have to wait, unfortunately, and do it next week. But I was like, hey, we might be able to get things set up to be able to do a stream tonight. So here we go. So it's a little bit of a different kind of thing what we're going to be doing tonight. You guys know I've been talking about Revelation Skirmish for a while now, or at least since I've been back. You guys probably know about it. So what Revelations is a sci-fi universe that I created. Make sure this is in focus here. There we go. So this is one of the models that I commissioned to have created for me. It's an original design. This is called a Sierra. It's for the Core Republic. I'm kind of working on this tan / gray kind of design on them. I got a couple of different guys here. The Sierra, and then this is a Chariot. It's an APC, hold infantry units in. So these two are already finished. I'm going to paint up a couple others you can see here in the background and get some of those painted up for my forces because, and you guys get to be the first people to see this, I'm going to be doing some gaming streams, not counting the Halo stuff, which will still be continuing, but I'm going to be doing some streaming of Revelations here. And I've got a whole bunch of new equipment set up. You guys can't see it yet. But as we're switching here, I've got a couple of different cameras. The lighting will be set up better. I'm kind of using one of the lights right now for the painting stream. But that's basically going to be what we're going to have. We're going to be able to see this entire table here and have all kinds of stuff set up for it. So you guys will be able to see the game being played in person. So it'll be kind of like if you were in the room with us, learning how to play or just seeing how it's played. I'm going to sometimes do the videos by myself. Sometimes I'm going to have somebody else as a guest to play against, because what I've also done with this game is I created a system so that you could play by yourself. With COVID, sometimes depending on where you are in the world, you can't play with other people right now. So I created a system so that you can play Revelation Skirmish either on your own or with a buddy, and you guys can team up against the AI force. So that way you kind of can, join forces rather than playing against each other. And yeah, it's something different. I enjoy it. And it's a way to be able to play a miniatures game pretty fluidly, which if you've never played one before, almost no other game system has an automated system, a system where you're playing against NPCs. So this will be something that's kind of cool. I want to share with you guys as we're moving forward. Let me see. So Jedi Master, all right, are you COG 562? Because I saw the comment the other day. But have you kept in contact with your old Noble team members? Not really. No, everyone's kind of split off. Everyone's kind of gone off and done their own thing. Hey, Roger, how you doing? So I haven't really kept in contact with any of them, really, which kind of stinks because, some of us were pretty close. But once I left YouTube, or actually once things were kind of like just falling apart anyway, they all kind of went off and did their own things. And I don't even think some of them are even doing YouTube anymore. And then, like me, I'm just kind of getting back at things. So, what kind of paint do you use to custom Halo figures? So, it's basically the same stuff that I'll be using tonight. So, you got your different kind of paint companies. You got, get this in focus, Citadel paints, the same kind of stuff that you'd use for like Warhammer 40k. Other brands are like P3, and then you got Vallejo, which is another brand. So you got like these dropper bottles, all kinds of different other stuff that basically anything that was for miniatures, because I was playing miniature games back then, I was also using the same sort of paints for when I would do the custom Halo figures. And I found that the paints held pretty well. I didn't really even have to worry about sealing them. Yeah, when you're dealing with custom figures, you want to be more gentle with them than when they're mass-produced versions. But, I mean, a lot of us are just going to display our stuff. Oh, I bumped the camera. A lot of us are just going to display our stuff anyway. So if I paint something and leave it on the shelf, I don't really have to worry about things, getting scratched and coming off, right? So, yeah. Really happy to see you doing well and coming back to YouTube. I remember watching you when I was a kid, and I'm happy to see you back. I just graduated from college with a degree in robotics. Look at you being fancy. I just got a business degree. You think you'll come back to stop motion? I don't want to say no. I'm trying to ease into things. I'm trying to balance stuff out with getting into my own, like developing my own game, and then promoting that, growing that as a business. So I want to do stop motions. There is a part of me that wants to, but I want to make sure I can keep up with reviews and other content and not just doing, one stop motion like every 3 years. Well, I appreciate that, Arbiter. Thank you. So what we're going to do in the meantime, basically I've got 4 figures here that need new bases. I have 4 bases. So we're going to go ahead and finish these and let these dry because I'm going to have some super glue with these. And then that'll give us something else to kind of work on in between. So I need to paint the rim of this one black real quick. So I'm going to try to jump back and forth in between chat and stuff. This is my 4th time, I think, ever doing a painting stream, 4th or 5th. And it's my first time on YouTube, so there's going to be way more comments than the last couple times I've done painting streams. So we'll see how this is going. What made you want to come back to YouTube? I've missed it. Part of it. I probably didn't realize how much... sorry, grabbing black paint here. How much I did miss it. And now that I'm... because I've been collecting Transformers and stuff while things have been just going on the last, year or so. If I smack that again, I'm going to smack myself. But I really enjoy the Halo line now. Not that I wouldn't have before, I just didn't really have the money to get into that before. So, well, thank you, Arbiter. Yeah, I've been out of college for a bit now. Okay, so now this is where we got to figure out is where the... everything's in focus. I think so. I appreciate that, Arbiter. Yeah, I mentioned in one of the other streams, I think you were there, Arbiter, but I kept all of those old drawings and notes that people had written me, very kind notes, from when we used to do the P.O. Box, epic mail, everything. There we go. That's basically it for that. I'll let that dry. I'll do that one second or 4th. So do any of you guys out there, do any of you play miniature games of any kind? Just curious to see what other people do. I am missing my tan paint, and I had it earlier. Aha! Is this one? So I'm just gonna do some light dry brushing here, and I just found that the craft paints work just fine enough when I'm doing the bases. No one super duper cares. I think this might be the right color. Let me see. Or is it a gray? We'll find out here in a second. I think that's going to be pretty close. I'm going to live with it. Alright, so... Didn't they have a Halo miniatures game? They did. They've had a couple of them. I never got into... I got into one, and they made a different one that was more of larger scale fighting, which is what I would personally want to do in a Halo game anyway, and for like campaign stuff. And I guess that game didn't last too long, a couple years, and then it went under. But there's still a very active Facebook community for that, and they still actually, the admin there actually still makes models for it that you can 3D print at home, which you can see some of those 3D printers behind me. Been trying to get into them, but don't really have anyone to play them with. I understand that, Roger, and like I said, I made a solo system so that people can play. It'll still never replace playing against a real person. There's just a whole different element to sitting across from another guy and playing. But it's better than nothing. Okay, I literally picked up the one that I just painted the base for. Oh well, my hands. Oh no, I got black on me. Love to learn to play miniature games. Yeah. Well, we'll be doing some streaming here for my game because I personally like it. What's not to like? Got giant stompy robots. You got tanks. You got power armor. All kinds of goodies. I'm just doing this won't take very long getting these bases out of the way, and then they'll be ready for however many of these models we can get done tonight. I'm not really sure. We'll see. 2 of them are basically ready to be based. Basically based. And then the other 2 just, they're primed. They have a little bit of weapon detailing on the chariot, but I think you do a tutorial on 3D printing. We probably will to an extent. I may not do it on this channel. I might do it on my other channel, because I have one channel that's for my company, White Light Media. And I'm going to try to put some of the Revelation stuff also there, obviously, duh. And I might do some more of the tutorial stuff there for 3D printing. There's already quite a few guys who've done better, I think, than I have with like, I feel like I'm still learning, even though I've been doing this for 2 years. But all of the models for Revelation Skirmish, they're 3D printed. We just finished a Kickstarter for the game. We already had the game released, but it was to help get some extra funding. And we're going to be distributing all of our STLs. So they're going to be available, so you'd be able to print as much as you'd want for personal use. And yeah. Is it in an app format as well? No, Revelation Skirmish is not in an app format yet. We would like to get an app eventually created for the game to help make things a little bit more digital. Because right now you got to track things with our stat sheets. But that is a little bit off because we're going to need... I would assume that an app is going to be anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000. I have a guy I'm pretty sure who could do it. but I don't got the $10,000 to pay him. Red pilled. Man, you probably shouldn't be taking pills of any kind. The game's not going to be on mobile. That would be if we did like an actual legit all the way app. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, we could be $30,000, $50,000 to have it developed. So it's old fashioned touch it kind of models. What? That's weird. As fun as video games are, I have always had a passion for miniature gaming, tabletop gaming in general. I'd rather play with a person in front of me when possible than remote, like video games. Video games are great. They are. Alright. So what we need to do now is we need to get the two models that are ready. We need to get them transplanted off their bases here to get them onto the new bases, and then we can add some other finishing effects, and then basically we'll have two of these guys already done. That's nice. That's a good way to start a stream, right? Basically done. But, need to get this Kniff first. Basically what I decided to do, what I've learned, is you don't glue the feet on all the way. You just do like strategic spots so they stay on the base, because that way I can still play with them while they're still waiting to be painted. And then, you know what? Be right back. I don't want to cut myself on stream. Be bleeding everywhere. KoBaC said you can just stab yourself on camera. It's fine. Just pop these feet off, hopefully. Decently easily. Alright, one foot done. This is always the the unpleasant part because of the way I do my process, but I'd rather be able to play with them. Woo! All right, one off. I'll save those bases for later. Get off this other big boy here, the spade. That was easy. That foot's done. He was much easier. Alright. I have to say I really miss your animations. Well, I appreciate that. And like I said, it's not a forever thing. We'll probably end up revisiting it at some point. I can't just can't say when. There we go. Okay. That one's ready. Just basically these MDF bases that I laser cut for the game as well. When you glue them on, sometimes they just leave a little bit of residue, so we'll just clip it to the point that you won't see it when it's on the base, the new base that it's getting. And then we'll get them on there. Something sort of like that. Not gonna lie, I still stand by the idea you'd make a killing making 6-inch action figure lines with your mechs, and I want to do that. I really do. I don't know how to get the joints made yet. I know we would need a different modeler who can help with that, because I've had to invest in all this with my own money, basically. but because I don't have the knowledge of how to do modeling. But I would love to make these into action figures. I actually had I have someone who printed a basically, I think it basically was a 6-inch Sierra. It was actually this model. He printed like a 6-inch version of it. It's not entirely finished yet, or I'd show you guys. It's beautiful. It's so cool. And if it had joints and I could do stop motion animations with, that would make me do animations a lot sooner. If I could do animations with Revelation stuff, because it costs too much for me to pay someone to do the animations for, like CGI. Oh, I'd jump on that immediately. I would probably be, I'd be building the miniature set to be able to do that like yesterday. All right, so we got those all popped off. We can just set that knife aside for now. Set the knife aside. Don't need that tool. And then look like I got my in the middle of COVID hairstyle where my hair is all too long. Okay. So first we're going to go ahead and do is get this big boy here. This is a spade. This is a huge ballistic type mech. There's another loadout called the BE, Spade BE. But basically this is a huge scatter gun, big huge shotgun. He's got Kraken missile launcher and then a Gatling gun. And inside these 4 panels here, like on the sides of the torso, there's micro missiles inside, and he has a smoke launcher on top. So this mech is the big boy right now for the Republic. So we'll see how that goes. If you have Instagram, go check out the toy community in there. There's a lot of guys who can help out. Oh, reasonable prices. That's always good. So we'll make sure to set this up the right way. And I try to figure out, because of the way that this base has this texture on it now, I try to find where that one isn't probably going to work. Let's try this one. You know what? It's because there's a piece there that needs to be cut off. There we go. There we go. That's actually where he'll end up. Let me see. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So we can do him. So we'll go ahead and get out the super glue. Hey, Ghost Knight. I know it's kind of late for you, I believe. So thank you for coming out for while you're out. And my super glue ain't working with this bottle. Fine. Be gone with you. I'll get my new super glue. Just a tiny... Ah, my camera went out. I'm going to have to get a different setup for this later. Where is that button at? So what happens... I just found this out tonight. This camera... There we go. This camera shuts off after 15 minutes of just being on. So that is not at all helpful. I'm going to have to figure out what to do about that. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get him basically back where he was. There we go. Everything's going pretty good, Ghost Knight. We're doing our first painting stream here. Give him a little bit of time to dry. There we go. And see, Arbiter, I still have all my old Halo figures from McFarlane's and Joyride. Man, that's got to be a heck of a collection. I've been setting up a display with them in my new apartment in my gaming room. You have your own gaming room? That's nice. It's really nice. I had to wait until I was 32 years old to be able to have my own space like this. Yeah, I'll have to check the settings on that camera. I don't know why it's doing it because it has a an AC power adapter, so it should be fine. But this camera isn't the best model. I mean, this is actually the camera I had back when I was doing YouTube years ago. When I was doing, I tried to upgrade to get a better camera. You can see it's okay. If you did a 6-inch figure line, which company would you partner with? Judging on where we are at the moment with things, I think I would pick Wicked Cool Toys with Jazzwares because they I really like this Halo line. I'm really liking it. All right, we'll go with that base for this one. And I love McFarlane's stuff, right? I mean, that's how I got known on YouTube. But you know, we'll see. I don't know. Not we'll see. Well, it's they would probably be very detailed, but they wouldn't maybe be the best durability and stuff. And I don't know. I think Wicked Cool Toys just makes me a little bit happier. I'd rather get a figure, do some custom paint work to it if I need to, but have something that's good as a base. Oh no. Where was the spot? The glue's gotta dry. Dang it. Alright, we'll go with that spot. Let me get Ghost Knight because I know he's going to be getting off. Are these for your game or are they free at something? No, these are actually for my game, Revelation Skirmish. We're going to be doing some streaming here. I'll just show you real quick because you're going to have to get going. I got a whole bunch of new equipment I purchased and I'm starting to set up. So now, the cameras aren't 100% set, the lighting's not 100% yet, but we're going to be doing some streaming here for gaming footage. So I'm going to be able to have a guest and myself to be able to play. It's going to be awesome. So I'm trying to get some more models painted up so that they're all the same color, so that when I'm playing, my forces will look more appropriate with each other. I need to glue his arm on too. So I'm super excited for that because that's going to be, dare I say, a game changer. So I have a switcher board now here off to the side. So we'll see. Everything's I'm trying to step up my production game. But it'll take a little bit to get where I need it. Plus just working out the kinks of it, like I'm doing, just kind of, got to test everything and get everything set up. Let's see. I just moved out of my old 1-bedroom apartment last week and moved into this new 2-bedroom. Nice. I start my new job on June 1st. Well, congrats. What are you going to be doing for work? Some of the old McFarlane figures were really fragile. Yeah, like the Halo 3 grunt legs. Yeah, don't tell that to my squiggles. Poor little guy. His leg. I had to pin it, which is fine. I don't mind pinning a figure, but still, he'll never be the same kind of deal. All right. So now we're going to get some other special effects here on the ground. Once it's time. Some rocks. We got some bushes here. Some grass. I get some cool stuff. Well, thank you, Ghost Knight. Yeah, I mean, this has taken a lot of work to be able to get this together. But what I'm hoping is that as we do these streams consistently, so that people start to know to expect it and stuff, and hopefully things will be getting where we got to get them. But yeah, Ghost Knight, have a good night. Thank you for popping by. Appreciate it. Lay this here. Set that over there for now. Let's see. If you had a superhero or villain punchline named and power, what would it be? I don't know what my punchline would be, but if I had, are you asking like what superpower would I want if I had the option for any superpower? Halo 3 figures give me PTSD with them being fragile. Yeah, and now they're so expensive that if, like, to replace, because they're rare, that if one breaks on you, like, what are you going to do to go get it? To replace it? Like, you're done. I'm wondering if I did gray on this. I'll do a touch of it and see really quick. Oh, we don't need the glue out for right now. Close that up. Well, I actually have an Instagram for Revelations, and while we'll get a lot of likes on things, it doesn't convert well. Like, we try to say, hey, we're doing this Kickstarter, people come out. Hey, we got our store set up for Revelations. Let's go and let's start selling some stuff, and it doesn't really convert. So far, it's been Facebook. I'm hoping with being able to do some video work here now with YouTube. That will, it was the gray. Oh, man. Well, I'll just go back and do this all really quick. I think the gray looks way better. Dang it! Gotta fix that. I'll be an electric assembly technician for automated and robotic machines that we make for customers. That's, sounds like a very cool job. Hopefully that'll be the type of industry also that down the road that one will be around, you know, so you don't, more of a job security, because right now everything's in crazy land. Live stream on Instagram, partner with other people. Yeah, well, I'm always open to it. I feel like Instagram just hasn't really worked for us yet, but who knows? There doesn't mean that I'm not going to abandon it, kind of thing. I'm just have to kind of see. It's just really tough too, keeping up with all the different social media. Takes a lot of time. Too much time. I'm doing like all I can just to kind of keep going with everything else right now, and then I added YouTube back in. So I'm trying to kind of get my YouTube legs back. I'm gonna have to put a bush there. That just doesn't look right. It's a good I mean, I'm kind of covering over some of the already mistakes, but it's okay. These won't all be 100% perfect. I'm kind of going for a more rough and, I don't want to say rough and dirty look anyway, but kind of. Mr. Slamby, I work at Chick-fil-A. There ain't nothing wrong with working at Chick-fil-A. I worked at Chick-fil-A for 3 years, man. Is it the place I would want to still be working? No. But you gotta do it sometimes. You gotta work on stuff you don't want to do. I learned a lot. I don't regret it for a second. I'm glad to be gone, but I don't regret it. Yeah, everything is all robots, especially in factories. Yeah. So what we're doing by doing things this way, with, like, just as an example, with Revelations, we're getting into 3D printing, because I think down the road, mass production the traditional way, especially for certain industries, is going to be changing. As this stuff behind me gets cheaper, easier to use for the layman, and everything becomes more streamlined, I honestly believe that we're going to see a day where maybe not everyone's going to have 3D printers, but once they can make them basically as easy to use as like a microwave, well, why wouldn't I have something in my home that can just print something out of nothing, rather than me going down to the store hoping I can find it? Like, if you, for example, if you're playing Revelation Skirmish or Warhammer 40K, you're like, man, I could go down to the store, but my local game store might not have it. Well, why worry about that when you can just print it, you know? And you can have it, and depending on how fast the machines can develop, I mean, we can have them a couple of hours totally ready to start getting on the paint table, which they already now are a few hours, but I mean, like, fully cured, fully dried, you know, the whole process. Kind of wishing I had the Wicked Cool's Jerome figure. Yeah, Jerome, I haven't opened him yet because I try not to open until I'm ready to do the review. But I'm looking forward to him. Emil is awesome. As soon as I got Emil, I opened him. I got him from GameStop.com. I think Jerome there is still on pre-order for whatever reason. Like, they got some of Series 2, but not all of Series 2. Doesn't make any sense to me. But, you know, not going to complain. I just bought him because I didn't want to be hunting for Emil. I already couldn't find him locally. Hell yeah, that is the dream. They're even working on 3D printed food. Exactly. I mean, that's like Star Trek level stuff where we're going to one day, if technology continues to advance like that, we're going to end up having food and all kinds of stuff that can just materialize. All right. So this is my big container of rocks. It's got all kinds of rocks of different sizes. And this ends up being really great. So like here with my Sierra, you can see I got a couple of different rocks in different places. Add some different variety of color to the base, I feel. I'll just pick a couple out of different sizes and shades. Makes it seem a little bit more realistic. I don't have to use them all. I can put them back in here. Certainly don't have to use them all. Set those there and we'll start a gluing. It's not necessarily any rhyme or reason for why I'm picking one spot over another. Could just be that I just want to be able to put a little bit of color in that spot. I'm sure some paint streamers, they've got all sorts of reasons for why they're doing certain spots and everything, but I got stuff to do. I can't diddle around all day with rocks. Sometimes I find if you can put like two next to each other, it just makes it feel more realistic. Got 3 on there so far. Well, someone's probably watching this like, KoBaC's literally showing him gluing rocks to this little robot. Like, yeah, but it's a cool mech. It's a war mech. That's cooler than just a robot. Alright, I think that's pretty good for that. Then we'll go ahead and figure out where I got like these little bushes here. They're supposed to kind of stick on their own. I find that they don't, so I just glue them down. Let's see. Where's a good spot? I'm thinking right here in the front. When I'm doing this kind of thing, I just kind of just go wherever I'm feeling makes the most sense for things, and then we'll just pop it on there. I'm thinking we might do another one. I need something in the back, I feel like. I'll put this larger rock back there. And then because we got a big rock, we definitely got to put a little rock. That just makes sense. There we go. Alright. So there we go. So this right here, this spade is basically finished and ready for the table. Just like that. So now we're going to be doing this Sierra E2S. So basically the difference between this Sierra and the other Sierra that I showed earlier is this one has a whole bunch of laser weapons. It's got a starbeam cannon, and then 2 medium repeaters, and then a shield, which is for the S. So this is low-key therapeutic. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad this is helpful. For me, it's great because I like being able to hang out with you guys, and I'm able to get some work done at the same time. So it's multitasking, so it works out great. I think we're going to put a bush on this side this time. Give him a small bush. right there. There we go. And every now and then with these little tufts, you gotta pull off some extra little strands. I wonder if Wicked Cool Toys will finish Red Team and Noble Team, maybe better Fire Team Osiris. I would be for all of those. I don't really know if they're going to really do Red Team, only because they didn't really look that much different. I'd have to go and look. I'm not really up on my Halo Wars CGI animations. I imagine Red Team probably has the numbers for each of the different Spartans, but other than that, they're literally going to look the same as Jerome. And, I mean, the only other difference, they may come with different weapons, but I don't really know if there would be that much difference between him and the others. Now, like if they did a blue team for Master Chief, back in the day, they were all just, you know, the same armor as Master Chief with the Mark 5 then Mark 6. Now they're all different styles of armor, which, okay, so now you've got different, visuals for them. Oh, go where I put you. Oh, well, now we got extra room there, so we'll just put in this. I don't want the glue to dry weird. There we go. A couple of different things there. What I really want them to do is make sure they finish my flippin' Noble Team. If they don't finish Noble Team, I'm going to be really upset. Because there is not a dang reason why they don't finish Noble Team. They've already given us Cat and Emil. Cat makes no sense why in the world they start with Cat. But fine, if you're going to start with Cat, you better end with everybody. And then I'll be fine. But otherwise, I will get upset if they don't. No, is it going to be like the worst thing ever? No, it's a first world problem. But as far as collecting goes and reviews go, I mean, like, come on, you've teased me as it is. With Noble Team, you gotta go the rest of the way. I know we probably won't see them, but would love to see some of the Spartans from the Halo novels. Kurt would be especially appreciated. Kurt would be cool. He's the one that I'm kind of hoping shows up at some point in one of the games. Last I remember, he was still alive. He was just locked on the Sentinel world. What was it? But I believe Dr. Halsey was there, and she's obviously not still there. So that means she would have gotten out, you would assume. Duh. Let's do one right here. I try not to go over the top with these rocks because I just don't want it to be too much. They're more like sprinkles on a cupcake. Like they got to be right. If you do too much, actually sprinkles on ice cream because cupcakes are kind of gross. Sprinkles on ice cream is amazing. I think we're good with that. I think I'm happy. It's pretty good. I like it. Boom. Another one. Done. Now we're going to get into the actual painting portion. So I think what I'll do first is I'm going to work on the chariot because I have a finished chariot. And I'd like to have... Where's focus? There it is. I'd like to have 2 finished chariots. So we're going to go ahead and finish this one up, get a wash on it. I think that'll be the easiest thing because it's mostly ready. I think I basically just need to do the gray and then the dry brushing on the wheels and then we do the wash. So that's pretty easy. Maybe better flood combat from figures. Yeah. If we got a actual functional flood form, that would be great. I know a lot of people don't enjoy fighting the flood. They don't like anything about the flood. The flood's been there since the beginning. I don't see any reason not to kind of finish it, kind of thing. Like, you know, make it a part of the figures. Honestly, I'm fine with that. We'll see. But I don't know. Alright, so for now, we're not going to need this rocks. Where'd the lid go? There it is. Just close this up and get it out of the way. Because it is a teensy bit cramped here. The issue with the original combat forms, at least the one that I had, because I know they made some for the Joyride line, and I didn't get into Joyride really at all. I was too young and didn't have money. But for the combat form, the human, mutation for the Flood, the figure was just garbage. Basically, if I remember correctly, I don't even think it had a swivel at the waist. It literally had the tentacle arm, the long arm, could just swing at the elbow. That was literally all it could do. It may have been able to rotate its hand, but I mean, it was a garbage figure. It needed to be held up. It needed a platform to be able to stand. There was no leg or nothing. It was classic McFarlane. Just got a figure out, and it just didn't look that great. I mean, like it looked good. It wasn't really a functioning figure. Hey, Luke, how you doing? Arbiter, gotta run for now. It's really good to see you back. Catch you next time. All right, Arbiter, have a good one. Hey, Luke. So we're doing a painting stream for tonight. Doing my figure line, Halo Revelation Skirmish. We're talking about Halo. Try to find some paintbrushes here that I want to use. I'm not totally set up from the move yet, so some of my stuff is still in my the old Chase money bag. Yes, Mr. Slamby, I'm talking about the Halo 3 combat figure for the Flood. That was the one I was talking about. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to copy what I did on the previous chariot, which you guys cannot see. I'll put it there so you guys can sort of see it. We'll just try to match this. So I painted this panel here. Try to make sure this stays in focus. I haven't done this with this setup yet, guys, so forgive me if it's a little wonky. I'm going to try to get better. This brush is not going to work. It's too... not going to work. Alright, let's try this one. Alright, here we go. Am I still in focus? Mostly. A little messed up there. Not like that. Very nice. Heard you talking about Stiffy the combat form. Yeah. Which statue figure from McFarlane do you dislike more? The combat form, drone, or pure form? I don't remember all those being in the Halo 3 line. I only remember the combat form. Maybe I do remember the drone. The four-legged, like, crab nonsense. I don't know if I ever had that. Oh my goodness, I'm not even remembering. You guys remember all my videos better than I do. I know from the games, the pure form was frustrating when it was not the little poppers, as I call them, which is just like the infection form, the big behemoth bastards. Actually, no, I take it back. The one I loathe the most were the freaking turret ones in Halo 3 when you're trying to play that stupid level with Cortana constantly talking in your ear and you're like playing on Legendary by yourself because you're a badass and you can do it, and every time you turn a corner, you got the freaking fat things just spitting flood needlers at you. Yeah. Oh, it was such a frustrating level. I beat it, but like at what cost? My sanity. I don't need sanity, right? 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 Oh, my paint dried on my brush already. Supposed to be using my wet palette, but we'll get to that. I'm not very comfortable using that yet, so... Yeah, I think the tanks were the big guys. Finally on the final mission of Combat Evolved. Nice. That was a good level. Before I realized that driving like at the end would be kind of like Halo's thing. At least it was for like, Halo 3. Halo 2 with the boss fight. Oh man. That was frustrating. Trying to hit Tartarus with his OP overshield. I'm just gonna keep recharging my overshield. Smack you with my hammer over there. Big monkey bastard. I get a little frustrated with that level. It's not your guys' fault. My fault. Yeah, the drones from McFarlane were bad, top heavy, and the pegs broke inside the feet on the stand. Fun times. Imagine the pain of beating Cortana on Lasso difficulty. Is that where you're playing with the skulls on? Because that would be... that wouldn't be fun. I'm not for that. I was just considered self-torture, I think, at that point. I'm really hoping I'm framed up correctly with this. You know what? I'm going to use my wet palette. Heck with it. So this, for you, those of you who don't know, this is a wet palette, which basically you set your paints in here, get them set up, and then it'll help, hopefully, in theory, keeps them wet longer, and I can close this up. I'm having an issue with, I think the weird airflow in here is drying it out before I can finish painting or something, or it's warm in here, which it is warm in here. But since I'm going to be, I got a new sheet in here, but since I'm going to be painting those mechs here soon with the same gray, I don't mind kind of doing this to get it ready. Oh, legendary all skulls on. Okay, yeah, lasso. Okay, well that makes sense. I don't even want to imagine how that level would be when I can't even see my own crosshair. And forget you don't even recharge your shield without punching and all. No, thank you. I'm not interested in suffering. I'm just not interested in it. And if anyone's been able to do that, fantastic. Like, that's awesome. It really is. But don't pull me into your crazy. Alright. Now I think we're cooking with gas. Haha. Dad joke. I have a wet palette. I got one for my Warhammer and D&D minis. Perfect. Painted a beholder to make it look like a Doom. Okay, it's super fun. Yeah, so I'm pretty new to wet palettes. I typically would just use a traditional palette, I guess, and I would use my homemade airbrush thinner slash paint thinner. Ah, my camera! And what? Where's the button? Where's the button? I can feel it. Where's it at? There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that for the next stream. It wants to keep shutting off after timing out. Alright, I think... Yep, that's pretty much that for that. Okay. Got some gray on the side panel. Right here, this panel. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not really familiar with the wet palette yet, so I'm trying to get better about it, but I'm not 100% there yet. Let's see, we did that panel also on the other side. we go. Perfect. Kind of. And these two back here. Trying to keep that in focus. Go back. Anybody see the new Mortal Kombat movie? I won't discuss spoilers in case people haven't and they want to. I will share my opinion on it overall. If anyone's interested. I can't see your head is in the way. What? Oh, am I really getting... Alright. I'll work on that. Hold on. I'll try to make sure I... Focus this. Focus! Right there. Oh, is the music over? Oh my gosh, we already been on for almost an hour. Oh no, I didn't think of new music. Well, that's a problem. It just didn't. Just no more to play. Okay. Sure. This. Let's see how this does. We'll just leave that for now. If you were able to go back in time and were able to fix one thing about the McFarlane era Brute figures, what would it be? Their hands. I think it would be the hands. The hands, and maybe that the problem is kind of like McFarlane's way of doing it. The hands were just not good at being able to hold weapons. I can think back to like the Stalker Brute with the spike rifle. Where is that point of somewhere there? That would be my probably thing that I remember sticking out and being annoying for me as a collector and as an animator. Which, I mean, I guess as an animator, they're in the hands, it's fine, but... trying not to get my head in the way. May have to end up putting the camera in a different angle going forward. Nothing like going on a painting stream to see somebody paint and then, yeah, friggin' see, because their head's there. Alright, I think I'm going to live with that. Maybe not. Let me see. I need to make a quick, tiny adjustment off screen so I can just do it really quick. Because I normally paint much closer to my face because I can... Ah, that looks awful. What did I do? Just totally... There we go. All proud of your work, and then you see it in a different light. You're like, ugh! What'd you do? I saw the movie. It felt like it was dumb fun, but many moments where I felt like a moment was cheapened. I mean, with Mortal Kombat, I can sort of agree. I'm actually surprised. I actually enjoyed the movie overall. And I would recommend, if you're interested in seeing it, if you're on the fence. I know a lot of people are trashing the movie, and that's fine. I mean, you know, I don't have to like something other people do. Totally fine with that. But I did this whole thing here. I liked it. I'm not super caught up on Mortal Kombat lore. I've seen the first and second movie. Second movie of the old Mortal Kombat was atrocious. But in a lot of ways, acting being the big one. There we go. All right. He's done. He's just gonna need his little wheelies painted. Oh, and I laid that straight down. Okay, it didn't actually mess it up. Okay. Set it down gently. Ah, it's gonna roll. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. So let's dry brush these wheels, and then we'll be able to do the wash, and this guy's basically ready to go. Boom. I don't need to put this off for months at a time. I can get painting done. I can do it. Since we're going to dry brush anyway, I'm going to close this up. Doesn't dry out my paints. So I don't have any idea what color I used here. No, I'm going to have to guess. Alright, from all the paints that I got, which one would I likely use? I don't know. Was it maybe my cork brown? I certainly don't hate the new movie. Just felt like certain characters were wasted. Yeah. Yeah. I can understand that feeling. I think it was cork brown. I think we're going to go with cork brown. I'm hoping that the movie does well enough that they'll do another one. And I hope that, not as like a big spoiler, I hope Scorpion will be a bigger part of the next one. And I hope they get the stupid Cole out of there. That was a waste of a character. Alright. So this is my old palette. This is what I would normally use. I know it's really cheap. I don't care. You can make fun of me. It's $1 or something. I don't care. That was the one that I would use before. Just, since we're just going to be doing dry brushing anyway, I don't have to really worry too terribly about this. And now we're going to dry brush. Alright, so looks like before I kind of just did everything. So we'll just kind of do everything again. Keep my head out of the shot. I'm trying. I don't want Mocha Guy to be angry with me again. I would be just as frustrated. Bruh, move your flipping head. Move your cranium from my view. You're blocking it. So you guys are still more than welcome to ask questions. We're just kind of hanging out. You know, it's kind of like if we were just in my office, which is kind of creepy when you think of it like that, but it's kind of just like that with this smooth, lofi music. It's supposed to be copyright or not copyright, so my stream doesn't get shut down. All right, that is a little messy, but we're going to live with it. Here's hoping we get to see Baraka done better justice in live action this time. Yeah, I mean, my favorite character in Mortal Kombat is Scorpion. So I really want to see him done more. But there's a lot of other characters that people can pull from, or that they can pull from, that would be cool to do as well. And I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. I didn't know much about Kano at all going into this. I knew that he was a character, but I didn't really know anything about him. And like, man, like that, I really enjoyed his character in the movie. I really did. What should someone never put on pizza at all? Anchovies. Disgusting. Or mushrooms, because to me, mushrooms are poop fruit. They grow out of manure, and I don't see any reason that I should eat anything that directly grows out of defecation. That's just my feeling on it. I know some people love mushrooms, but I'm like, I'm grossed out by them. I can't do it. So what I'm doing now, so that this one can dry while I move on to another model. Yeah. I'm going to be using my fancy homemade wash, which is just kind of a mix of other things. So I need some Lamian medium, if you can read this. Where is the focus? There it is. Lamian medium. I'm going to show you guys my homebrew technique. Don't tell nobody. I use I mix the Lamian medium, and then I mix soft tone and strong tone for Army Painter. And I find that this comes out looking gorgeous on the figures. So I'm going to make some more because mine is a little bit low. What I'm actually looking at doing here very soon is actually creating some of my own washes, because that's a really easy thing to be able to get in business with. And we'll start making our own washes and be able to sell them for miniatures. So that'd be fun. Hey, Gabler32. How have I been? How you been? It's always good seeing you pop up on my feed. I appreciate that. I've been doing good. I got a beautiful family that's growing and business I'm trying to get off the ground. Keeping myself busy. I never have something not to do. Sometimes I wish, but I don't. We'll just mix this up. We'll see kind of how it's doing from there. I think we're good. Let's try it. Do you feel like Jazzwares has helped to reignite that feeling of nostalgia, finding Halo figures in stores and making you want to collect them in droves? For me personally, it definitely has. I had seen them in the stores, as I've mentioned in some of the other streams, for months. Didn't want to do anything about it. I'm like, hey, those are cool, but I'm okay. And then I got bit by the bug, and I'm like, now I need them all. And I'm really excited for Series 3. We're getting the Elite Minor and the Jackal Major. Those I'm going to get multiples of. If I can find another Brute Captain for a reasonable price, preferably in the store price, because it's much better. And then I'll get another one of those at least. I already have... I picked up another Marine with the Commando rifle the other day. And the thing is, like, they're so affordable. Like, being $9.99, at least locally here in the United States, it's such a good price. It's hard to say, like, no, I'm not going to buy multiples. I don't need them. Because I'm, like, looking at it like, it's only $10. I can get one more figure. I could buy another one, right? It's only $10. Looking for my wash brush. I used to have all my brushes out before we moved. I got to get them back out, but now I got to find my special wash brush. I have a special brush. That's not it. Don't lie to me. But I'm hoping that Jazzwares stays on top of their distribution, because I want this figure line to go into like Series 8, Series 10. Like, let's keep it going. I mean, I think they're off to a fantastic start. I want it to keep going. I really do. And I'm hoping, in part, that by doing the reviews, it helps validate the line and maybe helps create a little bit more sales for them, because selfishly, I would rather it to continue and maybe even move past Infinite and move into, you know, kind of doing like what McFarlane did, where they went back, I think what they called their Halo Universe line, where they went back and they were like making old figures. Like, I'm all for that. Like, man, give me some Elite Honor Guards from like Halo 2. The Brute Honor Guards would be great, but especially Elite. I mean, go back and do Shipmaster. Could do the Halo Wars Brutes. Oh, mwah. Yeah, yes. I would love that. There's so much other stuff. I don't really want to dabble. I mean, like, I'll get the multiplayer Spartans. I still am. But I don't really see if doing, like, army building with those. Where is my wash brush? I'm distracted by thinking about Halo figures. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. It's a brush that I feel just took. Okay, it's not this one. If I use that one, it's going to mess. Wait, is it this one? No. No, don't use that brush. Wait. Where'd it go? It literally was... What the heck? Where did it go? Where did it go? Wait, is that it? Is that it? No, but I'll use it. We'll see if this one will work. Do you think you'll buy the Marines and Master Chief 3-pack and Warlord and Grump Conscript 3-pack, if not for the simple purpose of army building? I don't... If I saw the Elite Warlord with Grunts pack, I probably would buy that one, just because I would really like to have additional Grunts. And I think if I got another Warlord, I might customize it myself. But the Master Chief, I don't really want another Chief. I've got the one with the Warthog, the one with the Brute Chieftain, The one that came in the 3-pack, I want to buy the Mongoose to be able to review that. And then that's another Chief. So I'm already going to be at 4 Chiefs. I'm already thinking about getting the one from Series 3 to be able to do the review that comes with the grapple shot. So I'm at 5 Chiefs just to review what I want to review. I don't think I would want to get the one with the Marines as of right now, because I already have a couple of Marines. So I don't really know if I would buy that one yet. I say yet. Alright, so now we got this wash ready. We got a wash brush ready. And now we're going to start applying the wash. It's going to make this figure really just yummy. So what I'll normally do in this scenario, when I'm doing the wash, I want to try to be careful not to forget any part. So I try to do it by pieces rather than just like doing the whole model all at once, because what I've also found is that if you do too much of a wash, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. And it won't ruin the figure, the model, but it won't help you necessarily. So sometimes if I put too much and it pools, I need to be able to have time to move it, to drain it away. Like on that one tire, I gotta pull a little bit of that away. You can just do that by using the same brush again. Kind of just coming back to it. He really missed out on doing the honor guard. Yeah, McFarlane. Yeah, man, I would have loved to have that available back in the day. Even now, but it's alright. And now it'll give Jazzwares something to do that'll like really make them special in my eyes. So I don't know what it is about that honor guard. It's just sexy armor. Alright, now let's go ahead and start doing everything else. I try not to go overboard with the wash because I found that it just really doesn't do you any favors at the end of the day. So I try to put it on but kind of do it thin so that it still gives me that shading that I want, but doesn't like, I feel like with Null Oil, which is really popular for Warhammer players, man, that stuff is abusive if you do it the way that is out of the bottle. So I try to, what I'm hoping to do with when I make my own line of washes is that it'll be a wash that you don't have to do anything to. It's just ready to go. It gives you the wash effect, but isn't too strong to where it kind of just beats up your model. Because I don't like that, man. You go through the trouble of, because at least like for someone like me, that's out of focus. You go through the trouble of painting this figure and then you go to do the wash and you just ruin it at the last minute. Like, nobody wants that. That sucks. I feel like some of these washes, like my own that I make right there, I love it. But there are others that are just abusive. They just mess up your stuff. Nobody wants that. How's the quality of the new Halo figures compared with McFarlane? I stopped collecting after Reach, and they're more expensive compared with back in the day. Where do you live, Mocha Guy? Are you not in the U.S.? Are you in like Canada or Australia or something? Because at least for us here, these figures are cheaper than McFarlane's. As far as I would say for the quality of them, I love them. I think the biggest thing I try to talk about in all the reviews is, oh, I'm out of focus again. They the paint jobs are not as good, but in my opinion, the posability is better. They're more flexible, I feel. So they're not gonna break on you like McFarlane stuff would. That was always a concern of mine back in the day. Is like, man, these things are gonna break, and then that Sucks because I didn't have a whole lot of money and that was expensive to replace those things. Canada. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know how here for us McFarlane figures were, I believe, $12.99 years ago. I believe they were $12.99 brand new. You could find them in the stores, and now these ones are $9.99. The Spartan collection, which I love, is $19.99 here. I'm pretty sure the U.S. dollar has suffered. I didn't think Canada's did. I figured our stuff would actually be cheaper for you now. What is going on with this music? It's just Scott songs just doesn't play. Okay, I mean, that's good, I guess, for nobody. Would you rather have a World of Halo scale Noble team or a 3-pack of World of Halo scale classic Covenant figures, Halo 2 Brute, Grunt, and Anniversary Elite? I would rather World of Halo do the Covenant. Like you're saying, the classic Covenant, that would be my vote. If they went back and did Noble Team, I'd feel kind of annoyed because I'm really hoping they do them for the Spartan collection. And I'm going to find somewhere, even if I have to put a shelf up in my studio, I'm going to find a place to display Noble Team. The figures are just so good. And I feel like if they made them smaller, they're just not going to have that same effect. I think we're good. This is ready to dry. All right, set him down. Go ahead. Get this all cleaned up. All right, this song sucks. We're going to skip this song. If somebody has any better ideas for what we can do for music at times, I am all for it. Just to, like, I'm not really big on lo-fi stuff, but right now it's not copyrighted, so I don't have to be as concerned. Question, if I did get the Halo Reach Trooper 2-pack, would you be able to modify them, or at least one of them? Just curious. I don't know. I could. I have the ability, Roger, and I have the tools to do it. I don't know how much it would be, because I don't remember how much I was going to charge, and now things are different than what they were then, because that was like 6 years ago. So if you want to message me, we can figure that out, and we'll kind of go from there. Yeah, it's a big difference. Back in the day, McFarlane were $14 at Walmart, and now the new ones are $30. Whoa. Yeah. Well, I'd say yeah. For you, they have gone up. That's a lot. That's over double. That's not good. I mean, what I'd do if I were you, seriously, Mocha Guy, if you could find somebody, if you go onto a Halo group or something and try to find someone who lives in the United States that'd be willing to buy them at cost, or maybe just a tiny bump, and that you pay shipping for, I would assume that would be cheaper for you than buying them brand new at your Canadian Walmarts. And you'd probably save a lot of money. Now, you'd have to buy probably more at once to save the money, but I would think that'd be better for you all around. Because that's over double is disgusting. That's a lot. All right. So now while we got the Chariot drying, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Hunter. This is a jumpy boy. He's got a jumper pack. The hands basically are heated, so when it opens its hands, it can cut through armor. Then it's got repeaters on both of the torso, and then focus beams, which are basically ranged weapon lightsabers. So you can just dig right through armor. Dogecoin, I will not lie, I have thought about investing in Dogecoin, but I have been very nervous because the volatility in the market right now, it's going up and down way too much. And then someone made a good point the other day. I was watching somebody's video, and they were saying that, with cryptocurrencies, which I've been on the fence of looking at as to something to invest in, and that it's looking a lot like gambling, just because in the sense that I mean, like Elon Musk came out the other day and he like contributed to like this huge push or just drop of the cryptos. And it's like, man, if one guy can just shoot out a tweet and just decimate the market, that makes me really nervous. Makes me really nervous. So, I don't know. Have you got any, Mr. Slamby? I'm curious. Do you have any Dogecoin? Because if I would have bought Doge back when it was like 0.008 cents, and I would have bought like 1,000 shares of it then, 1,000 coins of it then, man, I'd have a whole bunch of money right now. But now when you look at it, you're like, okay, I'm going to get in at 30-something cents or like 60-something cents because it's going to keep going up. I don't think it's really there. I think the guys who got it at the beginning, like way back and held on to it for a long time, those guys probably made some money. Hopefully. I hope they didn't lose it, but those guys probably made bank. I stopped collecting Halo figures. I'm collecting something more expensive. What's that? Hopefully it's not fingers or something. Like, that's terrible. Is it Transformer Masterpiece? Because those are expensive. Those are really expensive. All right, now we need to get onto the gray. Figure out what I want to do. Now, you know what? I'm going to get this paint out of this other palette before I drop it on the floor or something to get paint on this carpet. Because this carpet was brand new when we moved in a month ago, so I don't want to mess it up. Okay. So that palette's good. I'll set that over there. And I can swap out this. There we go. All right. Now we can get back into the painting. Hot toys. Those are expensive. Which is why I never was able to review them. Those are very expensive, Roger. Yeah, but I mean, if people got the money for it, that's cool. That's cool. Like when I do my Gundam figures, I do like high grade. Why? Because it's the cheapest. When I do Halo figures, I kind of go all in on for the, you know, the mass production kind that are in Walmart and Target, but my wife would not be too happy with me if I came home with a couple $100 in like 2 figures. She wouldn't be. All right. So I'm thinking I have another one of these painted up. I should have got it out. But maybe I'll do something like paint this whole leg, not the whole leg, the lower leg all gray. Kind of go for a little bit more of a variation from some of my other stuff. Well, I try to keep my forces all the same color, or at least that's what I'm building to. I want to, I don't know, make some of them stand out a little bit different. They kind of have their own unique style to them. Ah! I have to fix that for next time. This is frustrating. Sorry, guys. Just do a nice smooth coat. And we'll move on to a different spot on the mech. Let's see. Will you make an infinite style Squiggles on stream, or would you make him off screen and make him part of the KoBaC collection? If that would be something you guys would like to see, I might be down to paint get me a new Squiggles. Like, I still have the old one, but to do an infinite style, I might be down to do that. I thought about maybe doing some Halo figures too every now and then. Try to do something where I think I could do it all in one night. Kind of deal. I definitely think Squiggles would probably definitely be something we could do, right? What I'm trying to do is try to get the streaming side a little bit bigger, because I feel, you know, this is a lot different for the community that I'm trying to build here than it is to do video uploads, which I'm still going to do, but the videos are great. They're just, they're not as interactive for you guys. So I like being able to do something like this. Just completed Combat Evolved. Nice. What difficulty were you playing, Roger? Just curious. Not that it really matters one way or the other. I'm just wondering. Sorry, that was a little off. You know what? I'll hold it here and see if that... This is where I'm wanting to kind of put it anyway, so why don't we just make it so we can both see? Yeah, listen to that jazz. That saxophone. Relax to the smooth sax. And while I'm waiting, just curious, like, so Legendary, oh man, he did it, boys. He played Legendary Combat Evolved and beat it. That is, I mean, there's always someone like, oh, I could do that. I could do it faster. Like, man, Halo is still a pretty tough game to play on Legendary, at least for me. So, like, I can beat it. I can definitely beat it, but I mean, it does take work. Halo 2, I mean, man, you got jackal snipers that just, you're dead. You're like, all I did was barely stick out my head. How would he know I'm going to round that specific corner? He wouldn't know it. Are you telling me he scoped in to that corner that as soon as I move past it for the very first time in this level, he's waiting? Yes. And then you die at a spot where you have to keep respawning. And then there was one time I died at a loading screen or a loading spot, so I kept coming back and just getting zapped. So I had to replay the level because I kept just respawning and dying, and there was nothing I could really do. I could like jump for a second and then just bleh. Wait till you play Legendary. Yeah, on Halo 2, yeah. But did I use the skull for infinite ammo? Did you use the skull for infinite ammo? Because that would be cheating. That would be very cheating. And you got to go back now and play with no guns. Only punching to make up for your travesty against the campaign. I think seeing you paint Halo figures in a stream would be super fun. Get a grunt, make him squiggles, paint one of your 10,000 chiefs, and make a extra chieftain in Halo 3 colors. Yeah! See, we could do something like that at some point. I'm still going to be mixing in the Revelation stuff, though, because I'm not going to do Halo only. But I am going to do Halo 2. Halo also, I should say, because I can't say Halo 2. That's confusing. Yeah. That's the worst part, restarting the freaking level at the beginning. Yeah, it is. When you're playing Legendary and you finally grind through how many lives, just bleh, 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 and then you finally make it and you're like, oh, balls, now I gotta restart it. All my progress. It would have been your daddy's skull. I never really got into using the skulls a whole lot. I just played it, and I mean that makes me sound like a purist, and it had nothing to do with that because the skulls can be fun. I would use the grunt happy birthday. That's the way to do it. But now I'd be too afraid I might hit squiggles, so I gotta be careful. He should know better than to be in the campaign. I think I missed a spot down here. Alright. Alright. Shin is not successfully painted. I missed a spot. Oh my gosh. By the way, did you see the Halo article about the new Halo 3 Elite armor? I have not. I saw a meme of one where someone was like, this is a cursed image if you take the Elite and don't give him armor. But Halo 2 Heroic, nah, man, you gotta do Legendary. You can't dip out. You gotta do it. Halo 2 Legendary. There's a lot of frustration there. I don't think I played Legendary recently. I played when I got the Anniversary Edition or Master Chief Collection, but that was a lot of fun. I love those cutscenes. Man, those are beautiful. I love good CGI. Oh, it's so good. There's just something about it. It just like connects with me. Where is that focus point? You know what? Let's do this. Move it a little over more. You'll do Legendary over the summer? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to do Legendary when I'm streaming the campaign, which we're doing Reach right now. But I don't want to be dying infinitely. That's a really boring stream to just getting constantly blapped. You don't really get to do much when you're just constantly dead in the game, because I don't think that would make for a really good stream. Because I don't want to do a rage stream. I just want to be myself. Mostly myself, kind of thing. So for those of you, because I got a comment from somebody recently that they actually weren't going to get Halo Infinite. So I'm curious, like, are all of you guys planning right now to get the game? Regardless if I am, I'm just curious. Imagine playing every Halo game on Legendary, hoping to get Helios Skrill legit, beating all of them on said difficulty, feeling proud, but your Xbox says you haven't beaten Regret and High Charity. Regret was difficult. I don't remember High Charity on Legendary. I imagine it's but I think Regret would have had quite a few Jackal snipers, right? Because as you're moving through the Forerunner constructs, there's Jackals and drones. Oh my gosh. Drones on Legendary. They're so brutal. They're absolutely brutal. I feel like the Flood in Halo 2 weren't nearly as bad as Combat Evolved. I feel like Combat Evolved. And Halo 3. Oh, man, I gotta be careful. I'll snap my figure. No. Halo 3 Legendary. It's whatever, man. I don't need to worry about it anymore. I've already done it. Even if I never do it again, it'll be too soon. Let's see. There we go. That was a really tight spot. I'm planning on it, but sadly I won't like it all too much because they got rid of the classic Magnum and shotgun. Yeah, the shotgun's gone, but I mean, the classic shot. Well, I mean, like while the style of the shotgun was basically there, it's never functioned the same from game to game. Combat Evolved, it's a monster. Halo 2, it's basically useless. Halo 3, it's eh. I can't even remember what it's like in 4, and I believe in 5, it's not bad. But like Halo 2's was just trash. Shotgun's garbage. But I guess I'm okay with them updating it because I mean I actually don't know how far in the future Infinite is from the timeline of like when 5 ended. That's actually something worth checking out. If nobody here knows, I'll have to look because I don't know. Jackal snipers, infinite spawning, honor guards in the boss room, and living face down, putting all over the place. Yeah, you just got to be like really aggressive and just beat regret as like fast as you can, because otherwise you're just trounced. You just get blasted by those elites, or not blasted by them, but I mean they're just on top of you so fast. I was disappointed with Halo 4 campaign. Yeah. Seemed boring. You didn't seem boring. It was boring. Until this day, I didn't finish Halo 5 campaign. I'll just hold off on Infinite. All right. Oh, and 4 kicks like a mule. Okay. I don't really remember, being totally honest, I don't really remember Halo 4. I really don't. I didn't play it that much. And for me, like, I mean, I made Halo a job, you know, doing reviews and stuff for a while. So for me to not like it, I felt like, I don't know, like I grew up. It was kind of that, like, just, that's it. It's over. We Halo's done. Thankfully it wasn't. I'm really holding out. I'm really hoping that Infinite turns out much better than what a lot of us are fearing. I really am. I really want it to do well. I really do. I would love to see Halo kind of get back to being itself. Like this really big universe, this really big franchise, kind of get it back. But I mean, like, man, I didn't even realize until a couple weeks ago, I think Infinite is coming out 6 years after Halo 5. 6 years. Like, that's crazy that it's been this long and that they didn't do another game. But I don't think Halo 5 probably did as well as they would have wanted. Because, you know, Microsoft is all about, like, jumping on the dollar bills. So I don't think it fared too well. Which, to me, is very unfortunate because I want it to work. You know, I don't want it to fail. I think that's looking pretty good so far. There's like a difference. We'll get some other colors on it, but I mean, yeah. Halo 4 just, they had no memorable moments at all. And like you fight the Didact, and that's supposed to be this big epic thing, and I was just like, I don't care. I don't know who this guy is. I don't really feel like you've developed him very much. I don't know. I just wasn't interested in fighting him. And then like Halo 5 was not what I wanted. So I've only played the campaign through, I think, once. I think Halo 4 I may have played through twice. Halo 5 I think I played through once. And well, yeah, they did Master Chief Collection after 5. I believe it was after 5. But either way, I mean, like, that doesn't really count because that's not new stuff. Yeah, we get an updated anniversary edition for Halo 2, but it's like they didn't make a new game. With Halo Infinite, I'm buying the hell out of it. I hope to get a new Xbox for it, but if I have to, I'll play it on my Xbox One. Infinite looks like it'll be fun. That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be fun. I think I'm going to play on the PC. Yeah, if they mess it up, I am going to be upset. I'm going to be like, man, you guys You guys betrayed us. You guys let us down again, kind of thing. And just be like, you know what? Maybe this is it. I hope not. But I don't know if I could really take one more poor Halo game and still want to be with the universe. Like, it'll end up being one of those things like, man, back in my day, it was a fantastic franchise. At this point, it's going to be like, if you guys can't get it, just sell it to Disney and just let them drive it in the ground already. Halo Infinite will be the last game for the next 10 years. I heard that, and that sucks. Because, like, what if Halo Infinite does amazing? Like, what if they like land another like Halo 2, right? And it like changes. It's such a good game. Like, what if that happens? Yeah, they could rethink that and be like, well, I mean, we made a lot of money. Let's do it again. But I just don't see how they could be like making that statement of, yeah, we're not doing another one, without even seeing how this shakes up. Unless they already. I mean, it makes me more nervous that they know it's kind of just going to be okay and not blow your mind amazing. What I don't want it to be is another Cyberpunk. I would rather they even make it wait longer than it has been, and that we get a more complete game than for them to like rush it out like, oh, it's done, and you're like, no, it's hot garbage. It's hot garbage. You liars. I really, really don't want that to be the case. I wouldn't wish Disney on any franchise. Fate worse than death. I guess. I guess. All right, Roger. Yeah, I'll still be here. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty bad. It was good back in the day. I remember lining up at midnight for pre-orders. Don't think I'll do it for any new games coming out. Yeah, man, it's not, and it's so bad because again, it makes me feel old to be like, yeah, we used to do pre-orders and we make sure we did our midnight pickup, but now it's whatever. They don't make games like they used to. I don't know. It's like I can't put my finger on it. It's not just gameplay isn't what it used to be. Because graphics have improved. It's just like the storyline, if it's campaign mode, is kind of weak. Voice acting's great. Sound is usually pretty good. Music is usually pretty good. But it's like a lot of these games, they can't get down mechanics, and they can't get down just the feel of the game. They're just like, look how pretty it is. Look at these graphics. Oh, you're like, yeah, the graphics need to be like decent. But man, you can downgrade the graphics, focus on the mechanics, focus on map design, focus on weapon damage and all spawn locations and all the other things that matter, matchmaking. Instead of being so focused on the freaking graphics, and then they're like, oh, well, we'll do patches. I don't want a patch. I don't want a day one patch. I want a game that's complete, that when it hits, it's ready to go. If they have to do an update, whatever, but it shouldn't be an industry standard basically at this point to be already expecting a day one patch, because what that means is when they went to print the discs, they weren't ready. Like, that's like, can you imagine them updating? And I know this has happened what was the movie? There was a movie that they updated after it had already released. What was it? I think it released last year. And there was some weird controversy with it, so they changed the scene around after the movie had already been out and some people had already seen it. And I don't want to live in a world like that. Like, it's one thing, like for my Revelation stuff, I've had to make some small updates, some small edits before. Some of the edits were a little bit more substantial, but I try to be really on top of it. But I'm like a one-person operation. I've got a couple people that work for me part-time in different capacities, but like I'm like, it may have been cats. You might be right. But like I'm a one-person show for the most part, not counting my freelancers. So it's totally different expectation. I would hope that the customers can understand, okay, he had to go and change this one scene, or he had to, we released a model and then we made some updates. But then, like, Disney, Marvel, which is Disney, you know, and all these other big companies, and they're like, they can't get their crap together. It's like, you guys got the money. What the heck are you doing? No, it wasn't Snyder Cut, because that's a totally different that's a totally different mess. That's crazy. It may have been Cats. It might have been Cats, because I think it had to do with when the movie released, it didn't look very believable. And then they did like a graphical update and then re-released it. Like, they didn't announce it was re-released. They just did it. And I remember seeing a video about that they had to update the movie so that it looked, I think what they did, they made the cats look too human. And so they kind of just like changed some things to make them look a little more like feline. Like, well, they're cats. But I don't want the world to be like that. I don't want that to be acceptable. It's one thing like with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, they released the trailer and you're like, that is awful. Sonic has fully defined teeth. Like, it's disgusting. And the face and everything. And people complain, and they redid the movie. They redid Sonic before the release. That's fine. I support that because the community lost it and was like, yo, that's awful. Fix that or I'm not going to see it. And they fixed it. I saw the movie and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, it wasn't bad. I'm looking forward to Sonic 2. I really am. But I appreciate the fact they were willing to go through the trouble of changing all that. Now, I had heard some bad stuff that the graphical team that they had to use because they had to basically make them do it again. And then they had to fire a bunch of people after. So that's not good. What is up with this music? Gotta get off this. I can't do it. I can't do it, coach. Oh, wait. Is this? Yeah. All right. This is better. Hopefully. All right. Looking at this. What else do I want to do? I want to do something else gray. I'm thinking about doing the other shoulder pad. I think I'm going to go with my gut. And I know, like, with video games, as I continue this rant, I know with video games, they're going to have to make updates. There's going to be more people involved, you know, like once they get all these players, and hopefully, you know, they're going to figure out, oh, you know, we did a bunch of testing, but you know what? The shotgun in this game is too strong. We need to make an update, change it a little bit. I'm fine with that. You know, I'm fine with patches. I'm not a fan of, like, day one DLC, day one patches, day one updates. Like, frick, you know, I got this game. I already got to wait all this time to download it. Then you're going to make me download another hour update. Like, can't you all just test your crap before you release it? Is that too much to ask, Mr. Big $100 million budget man? I'm over here with two sticks I'm trying to rub together to make a sci-fi universe, basically. And they got, like, Titan-sized money piles, just like, oh, well, we don't want to spend all the money. We need it. Yeah, I think that works. Do you think you'd repaint a spare chief to be Tim? I actually did think about that. I think he was the one I was considering doing and I might even do that after I filmed a new review, actually 2 reviews that I need to get out. I filmed them using one of my new cameras, one of these ones that do the, all of these ones. All these other 3 are the same camera. This one is in the webcam, obviously, that's showing me. But this one over my shoulder is different than the other 3. And I think the other 3 do way better with lighting. So, wow, I like this Jazzwares Warthog. I'm a sucker for Warthogs. Yeah. Man, I don't know what it is. The Warthog is just one of those things that, it's a sexy looking vehicle. It is. It's nice. Alright, I think I'm happy with this. I'm going to go through with some black paint and kind of get some other spots ready. But I think I'm pretty happy with this so far. Alright, so we need black. Some matte black. I don't know why KoBaC black wouldn't have worked just as good, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. That'd actually be really fun to do. If I ever make my own black paint, I might just name it KoBaC black. That would be cool. Is a little bit here. I'm sorry for bumping the microphone. Alright, let's start applying this. So basically, this is going to be very kind of specific painting. I hope I can kind of show this. I may have to sort of just do it, just muscle it. Basically, whenever I'm painting like energy weapons like these, I try to get them all to kind of be the same sort of paint scheme. Which is typically just a black. And then I actually do bronze, kind of a copper color for the energy weapon itself, like the barrel of it. And then when I do ballistic weapons, like cannons and stuff, I just do like gunmetal. It just, I don't know why, kind of just for me, it just helps make them look a little different from each other, because I know really they could just be gunmetal, but I just feel it kind of ends up being the same. Too samey, you know? So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to paint right in here. See how this goes. Ah! Don't want it on the barrel. Right, I mean the barrel, but not the outer part. It's kind of difficult to see with the reflection. Goodness. There we go. Everybody got real quiet. Everybody eating pizza? Pizza. I had pizza. I had homemade pizza for lunch. That was delicious. My wife made it, which is... She's a very good cook, so that's also nice. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and paint these vents in the back. Just a little bit. Now, camera! Got cheese and ale. Man, it's fancy. Which would you rather see, World of Halo make Covenant Ghost or a Banished Chopper? Because right now we have the Banished Ghost, which is a bit of a different design. I mean, it's really close to being a regular Ghost, so I could just repaint that. I'd rather have a totally new vehicle we don't have yet. Chopper would be great. And I would hope that they would give me a brute figure that can ride in it, because that would just be very nice. And I wish that when they did like the Ghost, they didn't do the Elite Warlord, because like, well, what if I want to get more than one Ghost? Wouldn't you like to have more than one elite warlord? I guess maybe, but you know what would be better? Is like an elite major, elite minor. You know, because that makes more sense that maybe they would be in the flipping vehicle driving around. You'd kill for a pizza? That's scary. That's scary. Don't let the NSA see that. Or the FBI will arrest you for eating pizza. Sometimes jokes are bad. Sometimes my jokes are bad. I fear no man. The better figure for the ghost would be like a banished colored grunt, right? Since grunts are in the ghost all the time. But I'd be fine with an elite. Just give me like a generic elite and not. I mean, a warlord's not a named character by any stretch, but it's you know, I don't know, just would like a more common elite. Let's go with that, common. But a grunt would have been fine too. I need to review that ghost, by the way. Okay. You paint something and you touch it. Did I just do it again? No, I didn't. Okay. We're okay. I thought I did it again. Alright. What do you prefer when it comes to buying games for console? Physical disc or download? Physical disc every day. With PC, I've kind of gotten away from that. Like I recently bought, so I could do the videos for you guys. The Master Chief Collection, I bought that digitally, obviously. But when it comes to console games, I just prefer the physical disc. I like owning the game. I know that now they're making way more, that's kind of an old mentality. Now they're making so many games. Oop, off screen. They're making so many games now that are like Titanfall, where it's like multiplayer only. Like that's becoming more of a thing. So if I have the physical game and for whatever reason I don't have internet or something, I can't play anyway. So that doesn't really matter. But I like being able to sell the game if I'd like to. If I'm never going to play it again, I want to be able to sell it, right? Make some money. But can't do that with a disc or with a download. Yeah, Roger's having fun. He's out there just playing Halo. I keep going off screen. Stop it. Blow up a scarab. You're already in level 2? You're just flying through the game. And not only are you in level 2, you're like at the end of level 2. By the way, have you broken or come close to breaking any Halo figures yet? When I first got a Marine figure, the whole neck came off the body. Nothing plastic cement couldn't fix. So far I haven't had to do anything to any of the figures. I'll show when I do the Emil review. I did cut his hand because he basically had his hand just like a holding a cup kind of thing. And I wanted to be able to have a trigger finger, so I cut between the index and the middle finger so that I could force the index finger into the trigger guard so that he could, hold his shotgun properly. But other than that, I haven't had any issues other than bent weapons. But that's going to happen with the more flexible plastic. I feel like that's not really that crazy kind of thing. Is the black done? Yes. All right. So now we got the black done. While that dries, which will probably be the last time I do of him for tonight, I'm going to move over to the chariot. We can go ahead and maybe get that based. Assuming that the wash is at a point that I can touch it. We'll find out here in 2 seconds. 3 seconds. I don't know. Something. Set down that, let's see. I think it's turned out pretty good. Oh, there's a spot I would fix, but that's not so bad. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's go ahead and cut this vehicle off its base and get him ready to get transplanted back onto a new one. Halo fun fact, originally Bungie wanted to end Halo after Halo 2. I didn't know that. I did not know that. It's actually really surprising to me, like all the stuff that comes out later, like with Bungie, and that they wanted to end the games and stuff, and you're like, dang guys, like, frick, you built like this huge universe, and you're just like, yeah, let's just kill it. Oh no, the wheel broke. Oh no! Oh no! You think this is a problem? Need to get that off there. Nothing some super glue can't fix. And actually, if you buy this model, the tires are not on anyway, so it's literally not an issue. I'll fix that, and you won't even know it was ever broken off. The Spartan Collection Series Halo 3 figures are neat. Oh, it's Spartan 3. Wait. They announced the Spartan Collection Series 3? I did not see that. We may have to go look. I know they announced the World of Halo, but I did not know that they showed the Spartan Collection, because I was waiting. I'm gonna look right now. Is this it? Oh boy, they did. They announced it 3 days ago and I didn't see it anywhere. Why? Why? Is that Noble 6? Palmer, Noble 6, another chief, and something else. Why in the world would they pick Palmer? Ugh. Gross character. I'm gonna still buy her to do the review, but I never liked her in Halo 4. Man, she was freaking annoying. And Noble 6. Why? I guess Noble. They already had. I believe they already have. Yeah, his armor style. The was it Mark 5B? So he's just a repaint. But like, come on, man. Why not Carter? Why not George? Please give me George. I want George. And then it's Chief with a grapple shot. So we're going to get the World of Halo Chief with grapple shot. Then we're going to get the Spartan Collection with... Okay. Looks like a commando rifle, which is nice, but whatever. Just holding out on my George. Man. Well, at least I'll get another video I can do out of that. Alright, so let's get this chariot on the base. Yeah, that'll work. Right there. Yeah, that'll work perfect. I mean, it's not like total pain, but it's just Palmer and then Noble 6. Like, yeah, I bet they are scared to do a wave without Chief, and probably, if anything, Microsoft has told them, you will do every wave with a Chief. Don't even consider to not do it. You're going to do it, or we will smite you. But, man, it's like... And the thing is, it's the Spartan Collection. Like, we should be okay to not do Chief in one of them. Because... How many... Like, for the collectors. And then you're going to give them a weapon. And let me see. Yeah, nobody else has the commando rifle so far. So, you've given them a weapon that I'm not going to get without buying this Chief. Frick, and I gotta... First world problems, I know. But still. Alright. We need some rocks. Just barely out of my reach. Now I'm picturing Bill Gates holding a gun to Jasper's head. In between him saying, "You're gonna get the vaccine! I'm gonna put chalk in the atmosphere to block out the sun, and you're gonna make Master Chief." If you don't make Master Chief, I'm gonna, I don't know, do something else to the sun. I'm gonna make wind stop. There's not gonna be any wind. I'm gonna stop wind. I'm gonna set up big walls in the sky and just stop wind. You don't print Master Chief in every single series. They gave the white Mark 5B the commando rifle. Did they? I'll have to check. I haven't opened that one yet. Wait, did I not get the white one? Maybe I don't have the one. Oh my gosh, that seems stupid. Main reason was because the Halo 2 and Halo 3 stories were combined together and an ex-Bungie employee released the storyboard. Oh, for like when they would cancel it? I gotcha, yeah. That sounds exactly like it, yeah. I'm gonna blow up the sun. I'm just gonna do it. The whole sun. I'm not gonna block it out. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna cure global warming. Get ready for year-long igloos in the dark. Sounds like something from like Warframe. Also, make Melinda love me again. Make her! Apparently it's come out that he's had like all kinds of affairs over the years. I had no idea. So, it's like, not that I necessarily need to be involved in someone's personal life, but, you know, let's focus this, dang it. Yeah. But Bill, this is Wave 6. Can we please move on from Chief? Can we at least maybe do a Combat Evolved Chief or a Halo 2 Chief or a something? No! No, we will continue to use infinite because I've already spent the money on the mold. To do anything else would be blasphemy. Blasphemy! This is why Melinda's leaving. I wonder if they will make a Hornet for the World of Halo figures. That would be great. I remember McFarlane had a prototype of it and it was huge. Didn't they also have a prototype for the Banshee? For the McFarlane line? I feel like they did. And they're like, we already got a prototype. We already spent the money. Screw it. Put it into the archives. We don't need to worry about that. Who would win in a three-way fight? Master Chief, Doomguy Slayer, or a Warhammer Space Marine? Well, I know that Nerfed Oranges is here, and he is a Doomguy purist. So I know what he would say. But I'm going to go with Master Chief because he has heart. While the Space Marine has multiple hearts and Doomguy may have what used to be a heart, Master Chief is the only human in my eyes compared to all those other monsters. Because come on, Space Marines are monsters. They're gross. Left Bill because he loves Chief confirmed. That's it, guys. You heard it here first. I can start doing interviews any day now. Anybody wants to do interviews, I will do interviews to spread truth of this truth. All right, so now we have my new chariot on the left to go with the one on my right. They look pretty dang good. Now I got two twins. Simple. They wouldn't fight. They all have common foes and the enemies of man. I mean, yeah, I guess. Space Marine, no contest. We serve the God Emperor. Blah, 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 blah. Space Marines, Space Marines, Space Marines. Somebody's out there doing like a serious hype man for the Space Marines. They're big, yeah. They're strong, yeah. They're fast. They're not real smart. But some people say they're really smart. But I mean, that's like so-so. They fight orcs. Yeah. God Emperor. And like, yeah, but can they, do they know why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I don't think so. Sounds like something a sister of battle would say. No, it's actually a member of the Tau. Member of the Tau would say that. Thank you very much. Don't want to brag. Don't want to brag. Maybe a little bit. I'm still holding hope for the release of McFarlane's... Yeah, McFarlane, man, you can hold it. But maybe you never know. I don't want to never say never, just like Justin Bieber always says. But... it's not likely. I think it's less than not likely. You're dangerously close to heresy right now. I mean, whatever. I mean, all I know is that the God Emperor, they sacrifice all these people to try to keep him alive. Man, he ain't moved. He don't do nothing. He just sits there all day. Sleeping, surfing Instagram. I don't know what he's doing. He's just sitting in a wall. It's kind of lame. Isn't it? Kind of lame. Plus, Tau got mech suits. Got mech suits. Like, what's wrong with that? They're basically like the Covenant, but a little bit more communist. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Where? Oh, there it is on the floor. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night there. I thank you guys for coming out. We're gonna be doing a lot. Before we go, don't leave yet. Oh, my ear. Chainswords aren't that cool. Lightsabers are better. You know that. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. I want to invite all you guys to join the KoBaC Discord. If you guys are interested, there's an invite. You guys can join. We got, I don't know, what do we got right now? This is a new Discord. We got 16 people, counting me in there. So it's not bad. It's not bad. It's all right. That would be, we try to have some ongoing conversations there. I upload when there's new videos. Yeah. So going forward, for those who are kind of jumping in, because we're actually, the viewer count's going up now. We're going to be going forward with doing some game streaming here soon with for Revelation Skirmish, which has been what I was painting tonight. I'm getting this all set up, and we're going to have some awesome stuff going forward. So right now we're just with the painting stream, but we're going to be moving forward with that soon. So hopefully you guys are interested in that, at least to a certain extent. Make me feel good. Maybe a little bit. Maybe no. Maybe. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get going because I'm trying to get on a different sleep schedule, so I need to get some rest. I will see you guys again very soon. New video coming up soonish. Soon. And have a good night, guys. Thank you very much for coming out. See you guys.